Istanbul Archeology Part 3. Legends, Istanbul. Throughout history, many myths about structures and locations have come to the present. Let's look at what happened for Istanbul. Istanbul's missing island Vordonisi. The Kadikoy district is home to 9 islands in the strip from Bostanci to Kartal. The Prince Islands, believed to have been sent by princes and princesses who were not fit for the palace in the old days, are one of these islands, which received names such as the monks and monks, which are dangerous to the church, and are called the monks. It has been determined that the island is yet to be named. We can see it's a sunken island, both from an old map in history and from a satellite image. It's called the Batik Monastery Cliffs or the Little Island. According to the rumor, a Byzantine monastery was built on this island until 1,000 years ago. It is believed that the Satyros Monastery, Bryas Palace, in Kucukyali is a twin and is made because of a religious disagreement. While wise Fotios was a normal wise monk, he came to the Byzantine Palace and worked when his brother Sergios married his Empress Theodora. The Patriarch, taken from the Patriarch, was banished to the monastery in Kucukyali, while Sergios ascended to the Orthodox Greek Patriarch and built a monastery for Vordonisi. In the Christian world, it has caused divisions, and in the old partic, in the Kucukian, someone builds the monastery as a spite for Fotios. Because of political religious turmoil, the Fotios Vordonisi Island is banished and replaced by the old patriarch. When old boss Ognatios died, Fotios became the boss again and died 7 years later. And in relation to the disappearance of this island, some scientists say that it was buried in water with people in it as a result of an earthquake. According to the legend, monasteries of old and new bosses are bound underwater by tunnels, but why 2 enemy bosses would make such a combination is a question mark. The rise of this topic is very important for both history and tourism. Anatolian Lantern Anadolu Feneri. Anatolian Lantern, located at the most extreme point in the north of the Anatolian coast in Bosphorus. It was founded in the 21st century as a coastal village. It got its name from the lighthouse here. Although there are records of a wooden lighthouse in the area in 1755, it is considered to be the current carpet of the lighthouse in 1834. In the neighborhood opposite the Rumeli Lantern, a historic fountain, 1824, from Momet 2 time is located. The water from the fountain comes from Masitdari water, which is approximately 5 kilometers away. The Anatolian Citadel. Anadolu Hisar, located at the narrowest point of the Bosphorus, 660 meters, has this island because it was built by Yildirim Bayezid in 1395 before the conquest of Istanbul. The Anatolian Citadel, which is critical to Istanbul's conquest and transition of the Bosphorus, external walls were added during the Mehmet II period. During construction of Rumeli Hisari between 1451 to 1452. Arnavutköy. In the neighborhood, which was called Anaplus during the Byzantine period, it was also known as the Village of Angels, as many churches and shenanigans were found. The Albanian village was named after many Albanians in the Ottoman period. In another story, it is thought that an Albanian peasant lived in this area during the Ottoman period and that he is the name of the father. Those passing through this region, which was on their way to Europe at the time, called it the village of Albania and have been called the Albanian village over time. The glass in the Cembalites. According to legend, under Cembalites, H said, "The last cup used by Jesus is found and protected by 1,000 apostles. It is believed that the person who drank from this glass is immortal." Beşiktaş. The name of the Beşiktaş neighborhood during Byzantine period was Diplokionian, double column. His name was taken from 2 large towers in the Crusade area. The neighborhood was a small village when it was taken by the Ottomans. It is said that Barbaros Hayrettin Pasha received today's name from the ship's sledge and the stone carved in the shape of a cradle. Maiden Tower. It is said that in 340 BC, Commander Chares had built a memorial tomb for his wife, and in 411 BC, after the Battle of Athens v Sparta, the Athenians had chained the Spartans to control them, and that the girl tower had become a fortress. Another legend is the legend of the snake. According to legend, the island on which the Tower of Girls is now on was once the harem of the Seljuk reign. The island was surrounded by water like today, and there was a tower in the middle. Inside the tower, the beautiful daughter of the Sultan of Seljuk lived with the concubines. The reason she lived here was because Sultan dreamed that one evening his daughter would die of snake stings. He built a tower here to protect his daughter and locked her up here. The Animars used concrete pipes to get water to the island so that no snakes could enter the tower. Years later, one day Sultan's daughter was sick and fired. All the doctors of the country have tried to heal the girl and have finally healed the daughter of the Sultan. Gifts from all over the country to celebrate his recovery. But there was a basket of grapes and a little snake hiding in them, and the snake stabbed the Sultan's daughter in the night. The legend is described in the love dimension of the myth. According to legend, there was a temple made for the goddess Aphrodite on the Üsküdar Baks today. Hero, who named the legend, was one of the nuns in this temple, and his duty was to look at the birds in the tower. Every year, in spring, there are ceremonies around the temple, and those who seek love, or wish to have their lovers, would pray here. Leandros, who also sits on the other side of the Bosphorus in one spring, comes to the temple to attend this ceremony and meets Hero here. Two young people fall in love. But there is an obstacle to this love. Hero is a nun, and he is strictly forbidden to marry. Leandros has decided to try every way to get to Hero no matter what. One night he looks from shore to tower, and he sees fire burning on the top of the tower. Hero shows Leandros the way to the tower with his torch. The sea is stagnant and the bright light of the moon illuminates Leandros' path. Leandros, a good swimmer, jumps to the sea and swims to the tower to get to Hero. Two young people get together, and every night after that day, Leandros swims to the Tower of Girls to get to Hero. In a stormy night, Leandros jumps to the Bosphorus and starts swimming again to get his love Hero, guiding him with a torch in Hero. But with the wind, Hero's torch goes out and can't burn it again. Leandros loses his way in the dark, disappears into the darkness of the Bosphorus because he doesn't know where to swim. Waiting for his lover until morning, Hero sees Leandros' body on the other side when the day is light, and he can't stand the pain and he drops himself in the waters of the Bosphorus.